Hey guys, it's Tanya here. Thanks for watching. Today I am talking about my absolute most favorite thing. I am talking about MAC. One of the #1 questions I get asked on Twitter, on Facebook, is what MAC products are a must-have. I'm talking a little bit about formulation here today, and if something is like a must-have product for anyone, I will definitely mention that as well. So my first 3 products I'm going to talk about are multi-use products. One is the MAC Prep and Prime Moisture Infusion. I've talked about this quite a bit lately. I love this. It's basically a moisturizer, but I will use this if my under eye areas are really dark. I will apply some there before I apply makeup. This for me is a must-have product for everyone, even if you don't have drier skin. All this does is really kind of infuse your face for the day, and I really like that about it. It's one of my favorite MAC products of all time. Next is Strobe Cream. This is another one of those products that I think that everybody can really benefit from if you like a glowy face. Now, if you don't like a glowy face, this is not the right product for you. It comes out in like a cream. It's almost opalescent. It looks very shimmery. It has like pink and yellow. And I'm just gonna shear it out a lot on one side of my hand and then keep it kind of more thick on the other so you can see the difference. But that's the cream there. So you can see where it's really white, and then you can see down here where it's just more shimmer. That's what it does to your face. It just leaves a beautiful glowy finish, and I really like it. And the last one of my top 3 non-makeup products is Fix Plus, which is a multi-purpose product. You can use this as a setting spray. I don't really, because I don't really think it sets makeup. I think it's more of a refresher. Days like this, I love to spray myself down with this. It has a gorgeous scent, and it just feels nice and cooling. It's almost like a cooling mist. I also really like this for eyeshadows, like mineralized eyeshadows. You can use this to spray your brush, apply it into the eyeshadow, and then apply the eyeshadow to your eyes. It'll make all of those eyeshadows look really metallic and really beautiful. It's a great multi-purpose spray. This is like a must-have for everybody, Fix Plus. Now, surprisingly enough, I have never really worn MAC foundations. I just find them very heavy. But as I was going through, I managed to find 3 actual MAC foundations that I own and I know that I use. We'll start with what I'm wearing today, and I actually wear this in a very specific manner. This is the Mineralized MAC Foundation in SPF, with SPF 15 in it. This is an NC20. I find this to be a beautiful, very creamy, kind of very thick consistency. It just almost feels like a mousse in a way, in some ways. So I'm very careful with how I apply this. I generally use a fluffier... Say hello. I generally use a fluffier brush, not the domed one so much, but one that has a little bit more movement. This is the Sigma Angled Kabuki F84, and then I will just literally pat this in there a couple times, not like a big smear, just a couple pats. And then I will pat and rub on my... Okay, enough of that. What's that? What is that? Are you farting? It's gonna go on and on. Are we done? So the way I wear this is I literally just pat my brush in a couple times, like literally pat, and then I pat that all around the face, and then I just blend that out. If I find like I need more coverage, I will go in and get some more, but like I said, this is quite thick and moussey, but this is one of the only MAC foundations, like cream liquid foundations I can wear that doesn't break me out, and I think it's just because I put on so little of it, but I really love the finish of this on my face. Next thing is what I'm actually wearing over that, and I'm actually very sad because, well, I'm actually very excited because this will be one of the very first like pan type products. This will be one of the first compact type products that I hit pan on. This is my Sheer Select Press Powder in NC20. Look at that. It's almost gone. I love this powder for setting my makeup. As you can see, it's very sheer, and that's one of the things I like about it. In comparison to this, which I also really like, which is the Studio Fix Powder in NC25. This one's a little bit darker. I wear this more in the summertime. I literally will just wear this the same way I wear the Sheer Pressed, and I will just apply it to my face. But you can totally see there the difference. This is the Fix Plus, and then next to that is the Sheer, which you can't see because it shears up to nothing, and then next to that is the mousse. I hope you guys can see that from this angle. Now, the next foundation type product that I use is the MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Finishing Powder. This is just a white pressed powder. They have this in a loose form as well, but I like the pressed. I just use this with a big fluffy brush. I will swirl it all around and I will just kind of dab it on any areas that I want to control. Shine, oil, that kind of stuff. Really good product. Love, love, love this. Let's talk a little bit about concealer. This is the Pro Conceal and Correct palette, but this is the same formula as the Studio Concealer. I have the light and the medium. I use these a ton for work, but the reason why I love this one specifically, this is my personal one, is the bottom two shades, the yellow and the peach, are corrector shades. When my dark circles are really bad, I reach in for this peach. It's a gorgeous, it's not like ugly peach. Like there are some, which one is it? I think it's Benefit. Benefit has one that's like super orange. This is just more of a peach color, which I really like. And this yellow is great for canceling out redness, which you guys know I have a lot of. Now, these other four shades here are NC15, W10, NC20, and NW20. The reason why I like having all four of these shades in here is because I can use this in the summer when I'm more tan. I can mix any one of these four shades to create a personal tone for my skin. So I love this palette. Also, the formulation of that concealer is amazing. It is super creamy, easy to blend, and doesn't crease at all under your eyes, which is a must-have for me. So talking about color correcting, these are pretty new to the MAC line. These are the MAC Prep and Prime CCs. I have the one in yellow, which is Neutralize, and in the lavender color, which is Illuminate. I use Illuminate under my eyes all the time to set my concealer, and I use the yellow all over my cheeks and my forehead to cancel out the redness. I am in love with these loose powders. They are my favorite. So moving right along to face, the first one is the only MAC bronzer that I love. I do have a MAC contour that I love as well, which I'm going to talk about when we get to the cheek section. But this is my favorite bronzer. This is Refined Golden, and I'm sure a lot of you are looking at this going, what in the heck are you thinking? That is super dark. This is a regular shade, even though it is in the Hey Sailor packaging from, I think it's 2 years ago. But this one, literally, I know it looks super scary, but look at that. When you apply it to your finger, and then when you apply it to the hand, you'll literally see, you barely see anything. It's just the beautifulest kind of like terracotta shade, and it looks like it has a lot of gold shimmer in it when you look at it. But when you apply it to the hand, that just translates as a beautiful sparkle. I really, really love this bronzer. It's one of my favorites. Now highlights, I don't know if MAC has this anymore. MAC doesn't have a whole lot of highlights that I love. There is one that I'm going to talk about in my blush palette when we get there. But the two I want to talk about that are not in my blush palette are here. The first one is Famous. This is MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. Mine is actually broken and falls out of here, so I'm going to be very careful when I show it to you guys. Hi. So we're filming this with a baby on my shoulder. Sorry guys, it's one of those days. But this is MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. It is a really gorgeous champagne highlight. I'm actually going to swatch it on my hand. There it is right there. Look how shiny that is. This is just gorgeous. It's beautiful along the cheekbone. I use it as an inner eye highlight, Cupid's bow, everywhere. I love this highlighter. Now the next is my favorite MAC highlighter of all time, and I don't know if they carry this anymore. It is a loose powder. It is the iridescent loose powder. They used to have these in several colors. This one is in Silver Dusk, which immediately became my favorite at a very young age. There's no way I can show you the powder because it's so messy. It's super shimmery, and that's it on my hand. Now that is very built up on the face. I would never wear it quite like that, but you can really just kind of apply this gently to the cheeks, and you get a gorgeous soft shimmer. I really love this. This is again MAC Silver Dusk. I did not find this on their website. I don't know if maybe I wasn't looking in the right place, but I have still seen this when I've been in the store. So if you can get your hands on some of this, I highly suggest you do, because it's stunning. Oh. Okay, moving on to blushes, but before we hit blushes, I'll talk about the two things in my blush palette that are not blushes. The first one is Accentuate, which is a highlight. Beautiful, soft, nothing like Silver Dusk. It's almost like a peachy color, and it comes off beautiful when it's sheared out. Just has a really nice sheen to it. I hope you guys can see that. And then Bone Beige, which is the only contour color I use from MAC. It is quite fair, so I recommend that you use it on fairer skin tones. My hand was wet, that's why it's looking really deep. It's really not that deep. There we go. It's really quite fair. It's called Bone Beige. If you are fairer skinned and you're looking for a great matte contour, that is what I would recommend. It's great for deepening in those cheekbones and really kind of accentuating areas of your face. So while we're in this palette, let's talk about my favorite four blushes, because there is a reason why these four are in here. This is Pink Swoon, Frankly Scarlet, Margin, and Plum Foolery. These are my top four blushes from all different skin tones. So Pink Swoon I use on the fairest of the fair. It's just a beautiful soft pink. Frankly Scarlet I use on medium to dark skin tones, of course much more toned down than that, but it gives a gorgeous flush. Margin is one of my favorite blush shades on all skin tones. I think it's just beautiful. And Plum Foolery looks so nice on fair skin tones all the way to deep. So it's like fair skin tones, deep skin tones, and then a mixture of both. I really love all four of these blush colors. I really think that they create beautiful, beautiful looks. So 3 more MAC blushes that are not in my blush palette because these are like my personal favorites and I use them all the time. And they're all shades of pink and they literally range from the lightest to the darkest. That's them. So I have MAC's Well Dressed, I have Pincho Peach, and I have Dolly Mix. Well Dressed is a gorgeous baby tone pink. If you are not a huge fan of blush but you like that little bit of pink to your cheeks, then I highly recommend Well Dressed. It's beautiful. Pincho Peach is great. It's a great summertime blush. It's a little bit deeper than Well Dressed, but not a ton, so you're still getting very, very soft color. And Dolly Mix is just the total opposite. It's a beautiful, bright, pigmented magenta tone pink. I really, really love it. I have 2 MAC paint pots. Quick, I know you guys have heard all about paint pots, but I want to tell you my favorite 2 colors. This is Painterly, which everyone has talked about. This is a beautiful matte tone shade. I wear this one all the time for every day, just as a base. Nothing special about it. It's just I need a base on my eyes, so I reach for Painterly. This one, however, is gorgeous. This is Bare Study, and it's a gorgeous opalescent color. It's just got a beautiful shine to it. And I love this for inner corner highlighting. I love this as a base. It's one of my favorites. So that's Painterly and that's Bare Study. Okay, eyes. I cannot even begin to tell you guys how difficult this was for me. I have 2 double MAC palettes. I have 2 palettes that are full like this, plus I have another single palette. And so to go through and pull out just this many eyeshadows, because otherwise this video would take forever. So this wasn't an easy task for me, but these are my all-time favorite eyeshadows from MAC. We'll start with the lighter ones. This is Floof. Gorgeous kind of soft pinky highlight shade. Then right up there with Floof is Dazzle Light, which is like Floof, but it's kind of more yellow toned. So that's Floof and Dazzle Light. Then the next light tone one I have is Orb, and Orb is just a beautiful matte eye shade. It's just gorgeous. It works so well in the crease. And then the last one on the lighter side is Expensive Pink, and it's one of my absolute favorite all over the lid colors. Looks stunning on blue eyes. It's just really shimmery, really, really pretty. Now flipping over to the dark side, I pulled so many brown colors. I don't think anyone could beat this many, but I couldn't choose between them. So the first one is Soft Brown, which is my favorite crease color of all time. It's matte, it's beautiful, it's got this gorgeous kind of orange brown to it. The next one I pulled is Omega, which is a gorgeous color for your brows if you're blonde. It's like a great multi-tone color. You can use it in your brows, on your eyes, everywhere. I love it. Next I have Woodwinked, which is a gorgeous kind of goldy shimmery brown. And then I have Satin Taupe, which I am wearing on my eyes today. Satin Taupe is a beautiful outer V shade. It's a little bit deeper than all the other colors I've shown you, but it's really kind of beautiful and shimmery, but it doesn't have glitter. It's just that gorgeous satin finish, and it's just one of my favorites. Moving along into some fun colorful stuff, Antiqued is a gorgeous purpley toned bronze color. I really love Antiqued. Same with Cranberry. If you get a blue-eyed bride or if you have blue eyes, this is a must shade. It's super messy, but it's super, super gorgeous, Cranberry. And then 2 matte colors that don't get talked about nearly enough. This is Blackberry, which is honestly one of my favorite MAC colors of all time. I'm pretty sure it's from the Pro line. And then Plumage, which never gets talked about, I find on YouTube, but it's beautiful. It's like this deep teal green. I did want to pick some of my brights, but I just think for the average person, my brighter shades just don't make a whole lot of sense. But those are like my all-time favorite, most used MAC eyeshadows. Now, lip products. So I pulled out 3 kind of MAC formulas that I love. I have a Retro Matte here in Relentlessly Red. This is a gorgeous color. This color is stunning, and that's why I put up with it. But this is the only, this and Ruby were the only 2 retro matte formulas that I have, but I love that color. And then of course Candy Yum Yum. You guys have seen me swatch this and wear this a million times. It's gorgeous. It's hot pink. It doesn't get any better than that. So in here I have all of the regular line lipsticks melted. You guys saw this recently. I did a whole palette. And these are my most worn and most favorite, which is how they ended up in this palette. And I've actually started this side. Are you guys impressed with me? So I started doing my blushes on this side. Pink Nouveau, which is regular line. Party Parade is not regular line, but it is one of my all-time favorites. Snob, which I'm pretty sure is regular line. Gorgeous kind of blue toned pink. Flesh Pot just came back, and I'm pretty sure everyone can purchase it, but it is a beautiful nude color. In Ruby Woo, I'll swatch it. It is easy to swatch in this pan because it's just so matte. But that's Ruby Woo. Ruby Woo is a gorgeous classic red. Again, retro matte formula, so if you don't like drawing lips, you may not like it. Okay, so two other formulas I want to talk about. These are the Sheen Supreme. I have them in the color Blossom Couture, which is a gorgeous kind of candy coral color. Really pretty. These are a little more sheer, but they're also really, really hydrating. I also have it in the color Insanely It, which is my favorite. This I actually used for my friend Carly's wedding, a very toned down version of it because she wanted it in full force. My last formulation for lipstick is the Mineralized Rich. I'm wearing Elegant Accent on my lips right now. I love this formulation because it is so creamy and so blendable and so soft. It fills in all the lines. It looks so great. And the other color I want to show you from that line is Everyday Diva, which is a beautiful pink toned red. Gorgeous. Like, wow. So those are the two Mineralized Rich on the bottom there. You guys have already sat through quite a long video, so I'm going to end it with the lip glosses. So the first one is the regular MAC lip gloss formula, but this color is see-through, which is one of my favorite lip gloss formulas. You're not even going to be able to see it on my hand. It's just the perfect nude gloss. It looks great over everything. I hope you guys can kind of see it there. It has pigment behind it, but not so much that it makes it look like there's other things on your lips that you don't want on your lips. It's just a beautiful gloss. And this is the Dazzle Glass in Smile. This was actually something that I purchased years ago because Byron put it on me. I would have never thought to put this on me, but Byron put it on me and I fell in love with it. It's gorgeous. It's kind of this gorgeous orangey coral with this beautiful blue and gold undertone, like gold sparkle. Look how beautiful it is. It just pops right off my hand. It's so stunning. Okay, that's it. I'm done talking about MAC. I've talked about them enough for today. That is all of my absolute favorite MAC products. That was a lot of stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you love any of the same stuff as me or if you love different stuff as me, because there is surprisingly still MAC stuff that I haven't tried. So if there's a really great recommendation that comes up, I might have to give it a go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Got a smile that kills me. Your stare is so misleading. You're so beautiful.